right. Hello, Land O'Lakes, Florida, homeowners, home buyers. He's Jimmy B. I'm Annie O, and we are here to provide you with the housing market update of what's been going on in July of 2026. So stay tuned while we fill you in on home prices, the listings, how long it's been taking to actually move some properties as well. So that way you know and you stay informed. Now, by the way, if you like our content and you think this is pretty rad, we would definitely appreciate if you just hit the subscribe button and the like button. And go ahead and comment if there's another city or another stat or something that you're curious about, because we will gladly do this because we like talking.
Did you just say rad?
I said rad. I'm trying out some new vocabulary that's, retro, but I thought it worked.
I won't say your age, but we'll know what era you were born in for saying rad.
Hey, retro is cool now. It's in.
Bodacious.
That could work.
Cowabunga.
Now he's talking about age.
All right, so we're going to get right into the numbers here. The first thing we're going to talk about, and that's your median sale price. Now, the median sale price can be exciting, but the number is not that exciting because it hasn't really changed much, right? Yep. So Land O'Lakes, Florida, right now, your median sale price is a very finite number, $422,490. This number is legitimately flat over the last 12 months. So prices really have not gone up. Prices really have not gone down.
Yeah.
So it's flat.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say.
You're it's holding.
It has not changed.
Hold the line.
Yeah, it has not changed.
Hold the line. Yep, exactly. All right. So list to sales price ratio is kind of like what do you put it on the market for versus what it sells for. That ratio actually dropped a little because the high of this year so far was 98% in May. And right now we're at 96.7%.
Ooh, a little bit more negotiating room.
Right. However, here's the caveat. It seems like this is definitely a seasonal pattern that we always do because this same time last year we were at 96.4%. So being in the 96% in the summertime definitely is a trending pattern that we have here in Land O'Lakes.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah, very interesting.
Exactly.
Leading into how many new listings were there in June? Well, the answer is 250. And that number is down from 293 this time last year. However, 250 listings is still a lot of new listings on the market.
Exactly.
So buyers definitely still have options. Maybe not exactly as many as they had this time last year. But I will say, since you guys are watching our market update, we know what we're doing. I bet some of that inventory last year was new construction.
Yep.
And now that some of these communities are starting to dwindle down and sell through, the overall number of listings is going to show lower. But really, like I said, with the sales price, it's essentially flat.
Yep.
But 250 is still a good number if you're a buyer.
If you're a seller, it's a good number too, because that means that you don't have too much competition. It's not crazy where if you saw 1,000 on here or something like that, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm never going to sell my house.
Yeah. The market's just softening a little bit.
Yeah. I'd say it's more balanced. It's a healthy balance. There's choices, buyers to pick from, but it's not oversaturated where a seller has to be paranoid and think that they're going to have to take 9 months to be able to sell a house.
No, I mean, case in point, you and I both just listed houses over $800,000 and you sold yours in 10 days?
Yep.
And I sold mine in 24 hours.
Yep.
So this is, by the way, for you watching, this happened in the last 2 weeks for both of these deals. So to Annie's point, don't fret if you're a seller.
Exactly.
But it is going to depend on price point, which we'll touch on later.
Yep. Reverse. Now, when it comes to being successfully sold, if you're a seller, that's where this next stat comes into play. We talk about expired listings, or basically people who came on the market and were not successful. Basically, they didn't get an offer and they had to cancel their sale. So that number actually came in at 13. Year over year, that's not a big jump in terms of that because it was 15 last time. So
what's
13.
that 4-letter word?
We're flat. We're flat. Flat. F-L-A-T, flat. That's what Land O'Lakes trend is right now. It's flat.
We're flat.
Yep, exactly. That's all I have to say about that.
Flat. That's all you got to say about that. Oh, boy.
Oh, you caught my rhyme.
Oh, boy. People are not going to want to subscribe now.
Yeah, I'm like, unsubscribe.
All right. Next stat. Now, this is probably the most eye-popping stat of the stats that we're going to give you today, and that is the median days to actually sell a home. That number actually went up significantly and it jumped from 35 days on market in May to almost 50 days through the month of June.
Yeah.
So homes are taking considerably longer to sell. Unless you list with us, of course, like I mentioned earlier. We get your whole house sold in less than 10 days, but we're just giving you the averages.
Maybe because we know what we're doing.
Maybe.
And we have a strategy about it.
Maybe.
Just a little.
That's right.
Okay. But yeah, so don't fret if this is something that you are serious about and you're contemplating and being like, hey, I have a tight timeline, I need to sell. Please reach out to us, get in touch with us, and we can really strategize about what really makes sense for you. Consultations are completely free, and we don't force you into anything. We care about making sure we're providing you the information so you can make the best decision for your circumstance and your family. So just that little plug too. All right, let's talk about number of sales, because we said new listings went down. Time it took to sell is actually taking longer. So what is it really going to look like as far as selling? Well, this past month, it took 192 sales is what we did. And yes, that is slightly down compared to last time, which was 207. But again, we don't have as many listings. So to have a little less sales coming to happen at the same time does make sense. It's not completely oh my gosh, we're having less sales overall. Just want to make sure it's healthy. It is one of the stronger months of the year for us as well. So we did see some healthy activity with that because the springtime market into summertime, we just have a lot of movement. So having 192 sales happen at the same time, only 250 came on market is actually a very good thing to see.
Yeah, I would say overall the theme of Land O'Lakes is buyers are still active, but they're not in a hurry.
Yeah.
When you have that increasing days on market with flat activity, that's exactly what that says. We like to go over our takeaways on if you're watching this as a buyer or if you're watching this as a seller. I always like to start with the buyer takeaways and let Annie go over the seller takeaways. So if you're a buyer, you do have a little bit of time on your side. Homes are not selling as fast as they were. Prices are flat, so the whole buy it now before it's gone pressure isn't really backed by a lot of data here. The biggest thing I would recommend, and we've said this in some of our other market update videos, is if you are a buyer in Land O'Lakes, given where the prices are, they really do vary depending on community. But I would say if you're buying, make sure you're checking what the taxes are. A lot of buyers aren't understanding in our market what a CDD fee is, Community Development District. Quick version of it, it's what the developers, they take out bonds with the county to build all the infrastructure, and it's paid in your tax bill. And in Land O'Lakes, just to be honest, there's a lot of communities that are anywhere from $2,000 a year to $3,000 a year. So just make sure that you have the right strategy with your buyer's agent representing you. Hopefully it's us, and make sure you know what your monthly payment is going to be before you put in an offer, since you are not in a rush for the most part. I will say there is an asterisk with that. Buyers, if you find the home of your dreams, don't just wait and let it sit because you think you have time, right? Because what was this saying we were talking about on our coaching call the other day with our agents? The house you saw today and wanted to think about and make a decision on tomorrow, someone saw yesterday and wanted to do the same thing and is now going to put an offer today. So if you really love it, just go for it.
Yeah. So,
and as far as your seller takeaway goes, Annie, I'll let you hit that.
Yeah. I'm going to say overall, the market's steady. The good news here is that your equity isn't lost. The fact that it stayed flat is good. There are some areas of Tampa Bay where they lost equity in the last year. You're not one of them. That is a good sign. It's been healthy. There have been transactions moving. We don't see a flood of inventory coming on the market either. So it is a nice, steady, call it balanced market. If you have somebody like us on your side telling you strategies, we know exactly what, regardless of what's happening in the market, what you need to do to make sure that your dreams of getting sold happen.
Yeah, and I just want to touch on one thing because Land O'Lakes is the market update that I personally love the most because that is where Annie and I call home. So we are more in tune with this market than anybody else. And I did mention it earlier, so I just wanted to briefly talk on it because it really does make a difference with this market update. So telling you that I had an $800,000+ listing, it was $835. We got a full price offer in less than 24 hours. Annie had a house listed for $875, and she got a full price offer in 10 days. That is not normal, right? Usually the days on market for those type of listings that are over 3,500 to 5,000 square feet are a little bit higher. They take longer to sell. But right now, what we're seeing in Land O'Lakes is if you are in the market of about 500 and up, 550 and up, it is more of a seller's market.
Yeah.
If it's priced correctly. I have to emphasize that. If you price your home correctly and you're in that higher luxury bracket, your home is going to sell. If you're in a lower entry level home, I would say up to about 4 to 450. Don't get offended if it's an entry level home, but that's where the price points are. Buyers are hurting right now because of the interest rates. And it's very volatile right now with everything going on with our country and our economy and politics. So those buyers are the ones that need their buying power the most because they're your entry level homes. They have maybe not the best credit. They may need some closing cost help. That interest rate's really going to matter for them. So those homes in that sub 500-ish bracket, those are the ones that are really taking a longer time to sell.
Yeah.
Where on the higher bracket, if you're priced correctly, they're flying off the shelf.
Right.
There was another home that was very close to my listing at 835 that was going for 975. This home was the same house as the one I listed, but it had an amazing outdoor oasis with a pool, travertine, spa, like all this amazing stuff. That property went in multiple offers and came off the market in 2 days.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to emphasize that point too. So if you're a seller and you're thinking about making a move and you're in that 600, 700, 8,000 or 800,000 and up bracket, please call us. We know the market, we know their strategy, and we'll help you get your home sold fast.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
And if you guys want to book a strategy session with us, like Annie mentioned earlier, please visit our website at jimmyandannierealestate.com. That's JIMMY and Annie, ANNIE, realestate.com. Scroll to the bottom and hit book consultation, and it'll come right to us. And as always, guys, we appreciate you. If you would, just please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you have any questions at all about any stats that we went over today, or just a question in general, feel free to throw it in the comment and we'll be sure to answer it for you.
Absolutely.
And
I love it.
We'll see you next month. We're Jimmy B and Annie O.
The realtors you need to know.
Okay, now you can say see ya.
I was saying see ya. I was like, he cut me off.
That was good.